Welcome back to Attack of the Pack. Alright, so this is going to be Week 10 schedule review, and if you made it this far, I imagine you know how things work, so I'm not going to waste time getting into that. First off, there's going to be 3 games noteworthy in Week 10. Once again, we don't know what their schedules are going to, not the schedule, but what the records are going to look like. Yeah, standings. So these are just, little interesting storylines. First up is Bills versus Jets. I think we covered this once before, but it's going to be interesting. Rex Ryan once again going back to the Meadowlands this time. He's actually going to return to the Meadowlands, and he's going to have to face Darrelle Revis, and Antonio Cromartie and Sheldon Richardson and Muhammad Wilkerson and all these people he drafted, and made into huge defensive stars. So, plus, who won the first game? So that'll be interesting to see, who won the first game, who's going to win this one. Cards versus Seahawks is another noteworthy primetime matchup. Just because Week 10, we could start seeing some playoff implications play in, but more importantly, will Carson Palmer still be in?
Yeah.
Ever since he left Cincinnati, I think even before he left Cincinnati, he's had some injury issues. He can't seem to stay healthy. And then also, the Cardinals defense, it's a good one. It's top 5 in the league, but it's not the Seahawks defense. Then again, the Seahawks offense isn't quite the Cardinals offense with Larry Fitzgerald, John Brown, Malcolm Floyd. So we shall see what that looks like. That'll be an interesting matchup. And then we also have Texans versus Bengals prime time. Now, why is this one interesting? Well, Bengals will probably be vying for playoffs contention, maybe a wild card. So there's that. The Texans, if they can get the quarterback situation under control, they might be in a wild card pursuit. I see them finishing around 8-8. Unless Ryan Mallett just comes out and starts balling or something, but I don't want to see them finishing about 8-8. But of course, J.J. Watt's going to go off. But the main storyline here is, how is Andy Dalton going to perform? Is he going to continue to throw up pitiful numbers in prime time? I mean, the dude had a 2 quarterback rating. A 2. A 2.
Stellar.
But those are the 3 matchups for Week 10 that we found interesting with storylines other than records. Joe, any interesting input?
No, just first game, we're definitely interested to see how Sexy Rexy plays back in his old stadium, especially going up against a stout defensive backfield. Cards Seahawks, always an interesting game. Like you said, playoff contention. Who's going to win that division?
Yep.
Can somebody
could have home field implication?
Can somebody knock the Seahawks out of the top of that division? I mean, we all know San Francisco is the shoe-in to win that division, but
yeah. I don't know. The Rams might surprise some people out of that division. You got Todd Gurley, if he can replicate a fraction of what he did in college.
Yeah,
as long as he doesn't turn out like Trent Richardson.
Yeah. If he can play well and you pair him with Trey Mason.
Oh man. Because like in college, the dude was looking like AP-esque.
Yeah.
So if he can come in at like half of what Adrian Peterson does for the Vikings, that will be tremendous. And if Tavon Austin can master the slot position, Nick Foles, quarterback, he can, it's a lot of ifs. It's funny because we talk about Philadelphia and how it's all ifs. If this person can stay injury free, if this person can stay injury free, if it's all if injuries. These, it's all if performance. It's if they can achieve that potential that they have. So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. What were we just talking about?
The ifs of the St. Louis Rams.
Oh yeah, because I was like looking down, I was like, Rams aren't on here. What are we talking about? All right, so it's gonna be it for week 10. So come on back for week 11, Bills versus Patriots.